First match in folk style. Mesenbrink winning match 2 in freestyle, and then Carr reversing that result. Now we come down to the all-important second match here. Mesenbrink must win. They slap hands in the middle of the mat, and we are underway, round number 2. Already a left side swing and a miss from Mitchell Mesenbrink, trying to get that left hand. This is where he lived a lot, and man, just back straight out of bounds is David Carr. 1-0 Mitchell Mesenbrink to get it started.
Well, that'll wake him up. You know, and this is what Mesenbrink needed to do. He needs to put more points on the board early, continue to take ground and push the pace. We talked about it earlier in the first match. After he got the big lead, 3-1, he kind of sat on the lead a little bit, started playing the edge, got put on the passivity clock, and then got taken down. So he needs to stay aggressive through the entire match if he wants to win this.
Back to that left-handed collar, but this time Carr removes it as he's going to get hit for passivity. Mesenbrink going to stay right in his face. And then trying to time the hands is David Carr, but Mitchell Mesenbrink recovering well. And he's got him grounded towards the zone. Definitely a different sort of tone set here for Mitchell Mesenbrink early. Carr will head back to center. Looks like he got hit for an intention for dropping to his knees, grounding himself in the zone. And I don't know if a finger got twisted there or eye poke. But Mitchell making his way back. He's all right, back to action we go. Just a minute in here. And continuing to drop that head, lower his level is Mitchell Mesenbrink. Hard double there. Looking to re-attack there is Mitchell Mesenbrink. He fires. Well defended by both.
Great re-attack defense from both of these guys. They're doing a good job, and this is what he's been able to get to. Almost gets to the single leg, no one home. But, you know, David is doing a good job of looking like he's trying to conserve his energy and pinpointing his shots. When he gets them, he tries to go single, and he's doing a really good job of just being conservative here.
And now they exchange passivity warnings, 1 each. Next one will go on the shot clock as it sits at 1-0 Mesenbrink. You see Carr kind of ducking out of some of those reaches.
In wisdom here, watch when Mesenbrink gets to his lefty collar, Carr is keeping a single hand down. He's no longer going thumb block and over tie with both hands. He's keeping one hand thumb block, one hand home. That's proven to be the difference maker from this point in the match.
Carr fires another double leg, once again defended by Mitchell. And there's a, oh, they blow the whistle because they're trying to put Carr on the shot clock, I believe. And we're gonna have a little conference here for the officials.
Oh wow, wow! I didn't realize. It looks like they may potentially challenge. So the referees came over and had a conversation with one another. It says Mesenbrink heard the whistle on the far side mat. David Carr stopped wrestling, conceded a point there, and I thought that the referee may take that one, but the side mat judge said, no, we're gonna let that one go.
So you gotta keep wrestling is the lesson there, as it's now 2-0. Pair of ones for Mitchell Mesenbrink on step outs. More level changes from Mitchell. There's a single leg. The other side now switches the head outside, looking to finish. He's close. Hustling is Mesenbrink, but there's going to be the 2, and now looking for more is David Carr. Carr into the lead, 2-2.
And just like that, Mesenbrink, the aggressor for the last 2.5 minutes, and in one single sequence, Carr finds himself back in the lead. 2-2 criteria. Single leg switches off to the double and really does a good job chasing those hips down and finishing the takedown.
Yeah, just started a great flurry there, got in on the leg, and now into the lead by the narrowest of margins. Whoa. As Mesenbrink finds his way to the leg. That was unbelievable. In good position here.
Now we got short time here.
And what's going to be the call as he flees?
Yep, that's a fleeing call, 100%. So here's the difficulty here. Carr couldn't see the clock. There was only about 4 seconds here. Had he just wrestled back over top of his foot or going quad pod, he could have held him up. 1 second left in the period. He gives up an additional point and has to go down from parterre position because he tried to kick out of bounds as opposed to just wrestling in the center.
And this is sort of a pointless act here with 1 second to go. But regardless, it's going to be a 3-2 lead for Mitchell Mesenbrink. Very interesting, very different match from what we saw earlier today.
Well, still no takedowns from Mesenbrink. Yeah,
no.
This deep into both matches, he's gotten numerous push-outs, a passivity point, but doing a much better job here of controlling the pace. This is where, in the last match, we started to see the difference maker. He took his foot off of the gas and allowed David to be the aggressor, faking and moving and looking for shots. We'll see if he comes out heavy-handed, still looking to control the center of the mat and get more points here.
Still a little bit of sweat on Mesenbrink's back. We got a blonde Brent Metcalf too. That's just got to be mentioned. Yeah, that's throwing me off a little bit.
We're actually sharing a locker room this afternoon. He said that all of his sons and his buddies were doing it. And so he's like, Dad, please, can you dye your hair with us? He says, mine didn't turn out gold and it turned out yellow. So I don't think he's happy about it. That's why he's got a hat on.
Back to action we go early in the second period. Though Mesenbrink doesn't have a takedown yet, he does find himself in the lead, 3-2. Of course, a 1 for Carr would put him in the lead by criteria. Mesenbrink definitely stalking, controlling center, moving Carr around a bit. But one way, then the other. Carr gets the foot. Elusive Mitchell Mesenbrink.
And look how he chases down the angle. He knows that if a guy misses, I'm sending one back in return to keep him hesitant, conservative. He runs corner hard, but the single legs have been working for David.
Another hard double.
Head hands defense is great.
Yeah, you see how Mitchell does a good job dropping his head, keeping it in the way. And we got injury time here for Mesenbrink. I don't know if he's bleeding out of that. Yeah, looks like his right eye is bleeding, so they're gonna work to clean that up.
Yeah, straight double here. Watch, he defends the double. Great head hands defense, but eyes are just up a little bit. Absorbs the contact with his face instead of the top of his head.
Yeah, we could show that blow there while we're waiting for him to get attended to.
And immediately you see the blood. He takes a peek at that right eye. A bit of frustration here, but this is good. If you're David Carr, you get a chance to rest, right? You get some time to strategize with your coaching staff, get to allow your body to rest a little bit and get to a place where you can now go and figure out, how am I going to score in this next 2 minutes? The great thing is all he needs is a push out to take the lead by criteria. Takedown will put him in favorable position. But if you're Mitch Mesenbrink, you cannot stop wrestling. You have to continue to control the center of the mat and be ready with your head hands defense.
Casey Cunningham and Jake Farner there in the corner for Mitchell Mesenbrink. Just finished his sophomore season in college, a national champion, undefeated. Only 1 loss in his NCAA wrestling career. Of course, David Carr, a 2-time champ in his own right.
How about this? I thought this was an interesting stat. Mitch Mesenbrink had 0 pins this year.
Yeah.
0 pins. I don't know if I've ever seen someone 25+ wins, NCAA champion, and Hodge Trophy finalist without a single pin. Lots of tech falls, so tons of falls. He puts points on the board, but no pins.
Yeah, that is definitely interesting. You feel like you get one, but with a 3-point takedown, 4-point near fall, those techs are more and more attainable as we are back underway. 2 minutes to go. And you noted in that first match, at this point in the bout, Mitchell sort of was a more hesitant approach. Now, are you seeing that same approach, or are you seeing a little more aggressive Mesenbrink?
Well, aggressive with his hands, but notice he's not really moving forward. He's doing a lot of the swiping, but from a stationary position.
Sort of a rhythmless match here. Now a shot from Carr, nearly countered by Mesenbrink. Now he's in on that single leg. This is his shot.
That's his best shot right there. Lefty collar.
And they stop it. And you know, Carr puts himself in that position, and you know, the Penn State side's gonna say, hey man, he put himself there, you gotta let us work to finish. But it ends up bailing Carr out of that position, gets stalemated, 90 seconds to go.
And that was big. That's big if your cars can't. That was going to be a 3-point sequence there. 2 for the takedown or exposure potentially, and an additional 1 point on the activity time clock. So that's saved by the referee there if you're David Carr. But, you know, a minute left. We find ourselves similar scenario. It's to the counter offense.
Beautiful, and they're close to the 2, and he's going to get it.
And right back to the leg lace position. We talked about this, Christian. This is where he needs to try to get one of these. This will open the match up, but look at the wide knees, Mitch Mesenbrink.
4-4 for Carr. He leads by criteria. Mesenbrink got the shot clock point right afterwards. Carr darts in, gets a single leg takedown on his own, and nearly another leg lace.
And if you're Mesenbrink, you've got to hate the flow of this match right now. So many stoppages. It's not a 6-minute match. All of a sudden, it turns into a situational 30-second sprints, which favors David. You know, Mitch is going to have to get started right away here. He's got an entire 54 seconds to go and try to open Carr up, but also look favorable in the eyes of the referee. Carr's already been on the activity clock, and so he can get him in a position where if he's fleeing or evading positions, he could get some sort of passivity call. If you're Carr, you got to plant yourself in the center of the mat and move your feet as much as possible. Maybe even try to finish with one more takedown.
Looks like they're cleaned up and back to center. So the narrowest of margins here for Carr. 1 point for Mitchell is all he needs. Left-handed collar. Carr shoots, re-attack Mitchell Mesenbrink. Seemed like he had the foot, but Carr able to square up with him. 48 seconds to go. Looking to drag, going one way, then the other is Mesenbrink, trying to find that point. Nothing there. Now 40 seconds to go. Carr playing in the middle of the match. He's got to be careful how much he drops his hand to the mat. That's considered passive action. Now a shot from Mesenbrink, sprawled.
You got to drive here. You got to drive. Play the game. Push him close to the edge, but don't turn yourself to the edge. Wise stays grounded, but look, he's got the single leg. Short time left. Circle yourself back to the center and to avoid those scenarios.
And he's got to be, Carr's got to be careful there, keeping himself grounded in the zone. 15 seconds to go. Mesenbrink needs a point. Left-handed collar there from Mitchell Mesenbrink. Clearing the tie is David Carr. 8 seconds to go. There's a shot. Mitchell Mesenbrink is in. 5 seconds to finish. Sliding back is David Carr. And David Carr on the world team, 74 kilograms, 2 matches to 0.
Bro, he's special. He's special. There's something in him. I've seen it on time and time again, from training with him to watching the way that he operates to how he listens to his dad. He's got so much humility, but so much talent. He's the perfect blend of an extraordinary wrestler, and he's made his first world team. This is the first of many. I believe he's got the chops to be a senior level world and Olympic champion. 2
fantastic matches. Oh, here he comes.
Let's go. Good job, bro. Proud of you. Proud of you. Proud of you. Good job. Good job.
Congrats,
Hell
David.
of a match.
So David Carr going to be representing Team USA in Zagreb, Croatia. Let's take a look at those highlights and how he got it done. Another great match between these two.
Yeah, just, man, he's got the heart of a lion. Heart of the lion, he really does. Because he's so soft-spoken, I think we oftentimes forget that dog-like mentality doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's just a quiet whisper in the individual that just continues to push, even in difficult circumstances. Just really smart, really wise, disciplined with his hands, getting to his attacks, but look at him control the center of the mat. Good quality movement, matching the athleticism of Mitch Mesenbrink. But I honestly think that this match, he got no rhythm. Mesenbrink had a difficult time getting to his flow with so many stoppages. He really couldn't wear and tire and fatigue David Carr like he really wanted to. But this is a testament. Skills always over and succumb having just pace, right? Pace is not king in this sport. It's always going to be technical ability, and David Carr showed it throughout the entirety of this match.
And he's already a U20 world champion, now trying to make his mark on the senior level. David Carr. And of course, all roads lead to Zagreb, Croatia after today. You win at Final X and you're in. Watch Team USA compete on the world stage at the 2025 Senior World Championships live on FloWrestling September 13th through 21st. And coming up next, we're going to go to 79 kilograms, Evan Wick versus Levi Haynes.